But for those first couple of days, I was just so burnt out, and it was just... Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a few months, it's been about 6 months since I've posted a video. So today's video I'm just basically going over what's been going on in these last 6 months and what kind of my plan is moving forward. So I've been really struggling these last 6 months. They've been really hard. I've been struggling with being a working mom. Going to work every day, coming home, trying to find time to be with my son, trying to find time to keep up with the house, have time with my husband, any sort of social life. I basically have had zero social life for the last 5 months. Last month we started to really try and make a conscious effort that I got out of the house one day a week, one evening a week, to get out and to visit with friends and do something socially. But before that I saw it as taking away from time at the house and hadn't been doing that. And I was just, came to a really dark place, and between my anxiety and my depression, and was just really struggling. I didn't get a chance to do any video editing. I've been taking lots of video. I got this wonderful new camera for Christmas with a microphone and a tripod and memory sticks and all that, and it's fantastic, and I even took some video, but I haven't had any chance to edit it because I have just been completely unbalanced and really struggling. One of the things I've struggled really hard with is the fact that I spend my days watching other people's kids, and I spend more time with other people's children than I do with my own. And it's just been something that's been hard trying to figure out how to find that balance and to move forward. Because for me, I had always dreamed about being a stay-at-home mom, but that just wasn't in our cards financially. We've just not been able to make that work. And so I was getting pretty close to, I think, to a burnout. And then the world happened, and I was laid off because of world events. So I have been taking the time currently to kind of recenter myself and to really work on finding a bit of balance in my life and just rebuilding up the foundation, because I just felt like everything was crumbling around me. And now I'm taking the chance to really fix what was crumbling and taking the time to do everything with intent instead of feeling like I am rushed through everything. And part of that is finding time to be more creative, like being able to make videos and edit them, picking up my knitting again as well, trying to learn to do a bit more hair and learning different braids, and just like doing some drawings and doodlings to make little activities and that for my son. Now, I'm not a great drawer by any means. I would normally print stuff, but considering our printer is broken and that would mean going out to go do that, I've been trying to be a bit more creative. So currently I've been out of work for it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, and I mean at some point I will be going back to work once the craziness is all over and done with. And my goal is basically to go back to work and to feel a bit more at peace and to feel that I have a handle on my life around me and not to feel so guilty, and to figure out strategies to be able to cope. So for the last 2 weeks, for the first couple of days, I really didn't do much. It was just hanging out with my son and we watched a ton of videos. I think we in the one day watched Frozen 2 3 times. And I mean, I don't generally like letting my son watch a lot of TV. I try and minimize the amount of screen time he gets. But for those first couple of days, I was just so burnt out, and it was just figuring out EI and getting just relaxing. And I think I was falling into also the trap in the first couple of days of just going onto social media and trying to keep up also with what was going on in the world, and it was just eating away. And so both my husband suggested it, and someone else from one of my friends suggested that, just don't go on social media if it's going to bring you this much anxiety. So I've been moving forward, had really been working on limiting the amount of resources that I am taking in news of what's going on. I have the few that I go to every day just to make sure that I'm updated on what is changing, and from like officials and that in my area. But besides that, I am not deep diving into what is going on, because it just makes my anxiety rise and makes me more depressed, and then I don't want to do anything, which is counterproductive to what I feel like how I could use this time. I'm trying to use this time and trying to see the blessing that I have of being able to be with my son again and spend days with him and make memories with him and help again feel more a part of his life. So after my couple days of laying on the couch, I sat down and I kind of figured out a daily routine for us of what it would look like, giving him lots of time for free play, but still time to do fun activities and songs and stories and outdoor time. We are still lucky enough that we are just having to social distance ourselves. We aren't stuck in our homes. We can go out as long as we are keeping in mind a social distance and making sure that we get outside, because for me, I'm an outdoor person, and so it's really beneficial for my mental health to try and get outside, and it's really good for him, for Thomas, to get all that energy out. So we've got outdoor time, play time, some art time, and sensory time, and all this different things for our day. But another part of it for me also was trying to work on the house, because it has just fallen apart around me, I feel. I just feel like I have a toddler, so it's to be expected that as fast as I can clean something up, he'll make a mess. But I feel like it's not just his messes that were compounding, it was clutter all around. I mean, until about 5 days ago, I had Christmas decorations, actually I did. I had some stockings still hanging on the wall, but I had like Christmas decorations just stacked up against a wall on a couple counters and not put away, because I just had never found the time to dig out the bins from the storage area and get everything put in and put back. So it was things like that, and my house was just feeling cluttered and always kind of overwhelmed. So I've been taking the times during like nap times and times in the evening and that to make sure that I am working on the house, getting it back to a ground zero that I'll hopefully be able to have an easier time keeping and maintaining once I go back to work. So that is kind of where I'm at. So yeah, just trying to work on myself, bringing myself back to zero. Peeling back the layers of what I need to be able to move forward. Spending time with my son, making it quality time instead of quantitative time, making sure that I am there, I am present when I am being with him, as well as working on my house, getting it slowly organized and decluttered and figuring out what we can get rid of, because we just have so much stuff, as well as taking time with my husband. We've been, in the last week, spent a lot more quality time together than we have in quite a bit, and I think it is because the house is starting to go back to a really good place. I feel like my husband and I, we've been able to sit down and play board games We've been playing a few different board games. We've sat and cuddled on the couch and watched Netflix, and even just talked while one of us is in the kitchen cooking or getting something or making something. Oh, and that's another, I've been challenging myself to get into my kitchen, because the kitchen kind of stresses me out. It's a point where it was to the point where Richard and I had an agreement that it was basically him in the kitchen. He did not expect me to do much besides unload a dishwasher, because it was just bringing me too much stress, because every time I had to enter the kitchen, it to me was just time away from Thomas, and I'm not as confident as a cook as my husband, because, well, he's a chef. But I do enjoy baking, however. So I've been getting in there and baking, and I've made a rice, cheese, broccoli bake, and some fresh homemade mushroom soup. And so my goal is to just get myself into my kitchen a bit more, to be creative, and to start feeling a bit more comfortable in the space again. So, be creative. Exercise, getting some daily exercise in, whether it's going out for walks or doing yoga at home, doing some daily quiet time with meditation and journaling, taking some time to actually read. It's been so long since I've sat down and read a book. I listen to books all the time on Audible, but actually I have about 3 books that I've been wanting to read for a bit, that I've been sitting on my bedside table, just collecting dust. So my goal over this next bit is to take the time to get and sit down and read those books, spend time with my son, spend time with my husband, and just work on the house and just build myself back up. So I'm hoping that while I do this, that I will be able to take more video of what's going on in my life with my husband and my son and myself, and to be able to share it with you. I am, however, not promising anything at this time, just because I need to find balance first, and I need to kind of do a healing overall before I can really dedicate time saying that yes, I can have a video every week. If I can find time to make a video, I'm going to make a video. I enjoy making videos so much. I find the process so much fun, is so fun, and I get a lot from it. But I also need to make sure that my son is obviously first taken care of, my husband and I are taken care of, and that my house and just me and myself. So if I can, I will. And so I hope to be seeing you guys again soon. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and we'll talk to you again soon.